It's that time of year again, huh? Minecraft Live is on October 15th, and you know what that means. It's time once again that they pit us all against each other to decide on what mob gets to next be added to Minecraft, because we can't just have all three. Can only be one of them. This year, actually, instead of having a vote, ignore the thumbnails here, they're just having a fist fight between one representative for each of the mobs, and whoever is the last one standing, that mob gets added to the game. I'm joking. Please don't get mad at me, Microsoft. It certainly feels like it goes that way, though, doesn't it? Anyway, we're going to take a look at the mobs you can choose from this year now that they've all been unveiled and weigh the benefits of each. There aren't really downsides other than you can only have one of them. So we got the crab, the armadillo, and the penguin. Let's go in the order they were unveiled and start with the crab.
Look, there's something on that beach over there. Could it be a new mob?
Could it be a crab?
Maybe it can help us get unlost.
Spyglass.
We're not lost.
Not
We're
Optifine
following
gang.
my super secret shortcut.
Poor Spyglass, dude.
Let's see who gets to live first.
Oh,
Perhaps
Tiny
the
Boo
most
has found a crab.
usage
One of
it's
the
gotten.
new mobs that wants to join Minecraft. It lives in mangrove swamps, like this one.
The crab's claw is very handy for players that like building.
Yes, because crab claws allow players to place blocks further away.
It's a pretty
This is
sick feature.
awesome.
Awesome.
To Minecraft Live.
My kind of joke right
Do you
there.
want a crab to
Well done,
become
Boo.
Minecraft's new mob? Voting opens on October 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and you'll have 48 hours to cast your vote.
So I'm assuming it's taking place in the launcher, like last year, and so 2 days before Minecraft Live, you get to put those votes in and figure out which mob is going to get added to the game with absolutely no heated, angry debate or anything like that. So, the crab, our first mob here, it has a gigantic claw. And the claw is very special because if a player manages to find one, they can use it to place blocks further away, which sounds really cool. It sounds like the Create Extendo Arm, which I really like. It's one of my favorite Create items, minus the fact that it breaks really, really quickly. But if the crab claw doesn't break and you can just use it, maybe in your offhand, like the Create Extendo Arm, and then it allows you to place the blocks in your main hand further away with extra reach. I really like that. So kind of a big plus. That said, I don't know how you actually get it. It says if a player manages to find one. When you say find one, is it just kind of like hanging around in the water? Like it shows up here? Like do the crabs just, they shed it? Or is it a situation where the claw is floating in the water because the crab that it was attached to is presumably no longer with us, in which case they kind of left out that one depressing point that you're going to have to like unalive a crab in order to accomplish this, but it is a really useful item. I'm sure it will have to be properly balanced. They're not going to have it be quite Create Extendo Arm range, which is like an extra 3 blocks or something. But even if it's like 1 block extra, envision you're trying to build a wall or something. You could build up 4 blocks, and then you could place down 4 blocks in front of you on the flat surface all the way. Saves so much time there. And then you have that pesky extra wood block up there in the tree. You don't want to build up to go and grab it in order to, you can't leave the tree floating, but then you have to build up anyway. So this would give you that extra. It's nice. I like that. And it gives some extra life to the mangrove swamp biome as well. So it's cool. Let's move on to the next one. We've got the armadillo.
I don't remember this being here.
Are you sure this is a shortcut to Minecraft Live?
Absolutely. I'll prove it.
Jens definitely isn't getting lost. He has an impeccable sense of direction, all right? He's boating on land. It's the most efficient method of travel.
Huh?
His path has been obstructed.
Oh. This is the armadillo, one of the mobs that wants to join Minecraft. It lives in warm places, like this savanna biome. The armadillo drops scute, which can be used to craft armor for your wolf.
Wolf armor.
This will give your favorite 4-legged
Wolf
friend
armor.
some extra defense against hostile mobs. I am not lost, but do you know the way to Minecraft Live?
Do you want the armadillo to join
He's not
Minecraft?
lost. He's just
Voting
asking
opens
armadillos
on
for
October
directions.
13th at 1 p.m.
SMH
Eastern
my head,
Daylight Time,
Jens.
and you'll have 48 hours to cast your vote.
When are they adding GPS to Minecraft? Seems like they might need that. Minimap mod coming soon in the next, not mob vote, mod vote. Anyway, okay, armadillos. It's also a compelling proposition, okay? Wolf armor. This is where I get a little upset because wolf armor has been necessary for so long. Do you ever take your wolves into battle? No, you don't. They're gonna get shot and they're gonna die. You leave them in sit mode in your house and you give them a nice colorful collar and you're like, oh, you're so cute. You don't get any exercise. You're probably atrophying. This is not great for your health. But you don't want them to die because that's even worse for their health. So wolf armor, if it's good, which who knows if it's based off of a scute from an animal, maybe it's in the leather tier and not diamond. But regardless, wolf armor, I don't think should be tied to a mob vote. That should just be a thing that we get, which is upsetting. But it is something that, it's funny. We were just mentioning this last week in the tier list video that I did for Minecraft versions with Iskall. We were just talking about this and then it materialized. Anyway, the armadillo can be found in the savanna biomes. And I guess it gets scared and, curls up into a ball if you surprise it. Just like a few of its real-world counterparts, the armadillo can roll into a blocky ball if startled, which looks cute. Also drops a special scute, which I assume in this case, as they showed in the actual animation, it doesn't have to be unalived. Maybe it's like when it grows from baby to adult, just like the turtles, it'll drop the scute. You can harvest that. That's a lot of work, probably, in order to get your wolf armor. But maybe it will be an easier kind of breeding situation than dealing with turtle eggs, perhaps. But, I mean, they seem cool. They drop the scute. You can make wolf armor. It's a compelling proposition. Even if I think that wolf armor should just be added to the game and not tied to a vote. Whatever, we'll talk about this more after we take a look at the final mob, which is the penguin.
Tiny Jens, are you coming back? We better get going because I'm not missing the mob vote. Let's just hope the new mobs are in
I can't believe they're still lost.
Where was that? Wait, those are
Okay,
penguins.
They're really cute.
Look, there's even a baby. Penguins live in the Stony Shore biome and they're super friendly.
really
So
like
don't
them.
be scared if they come up to say hello.
Look at him turning the lantern.
Penguins are a bit clumsy on land, but they are elegant swimmers. Penguins can also help your boat travel faster, which I could definitely use right now. Excuse me, penguins. Do you think you could help me get to Minecraft Live in time for the mob vote?
Do you want the
I
penguin
bet the penguins
to join
could actually
Minecraft?
lead them.
Voting opens
Yeah.
on October 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and you'll
Alrighty
have
then.
48 hours to cast your vote.
That's it right there. That's the three mobs to choose from. We have the crab, we have the armadillo, and we have the penguin. So, the penguin, it appears in Stony Shores, which a pretty lifeless biome as it stands right now. So I can certainly appreciate giving it just a little extra spice, a little extra something to make it just more engaging and not just stones, nothing going on. So in terms of aesthetic and ambience, penguins seem very nice. Also, dolphins grace for boats, essentially is what it sounds like, which is something I've thought about, right? I've been in my boat before in Minecraft, and a dolphin swims up, and I think, shouldn't this make me be a little faster in my boat, too? Maybe, not just, now I have to get out of my boat, go in the water, and then the dolphin runs away, and then I don't have that anymore, and I get back in the boat. So in this case, you do the penguins, and then they, could you lead it, and then have it next to your boat, and then you can do the dolphin's grace of the boat, but the lead won't break? Or could you have the penguin in the boat? And it's like a turbo motor, and that's how a boat sounds. And then you can vroom, and it's awesome, which would be cool. Speedboats, essentially, in Minecraft, if you can put the penguin in the boat, and that actually functions. So there is some utility there. I feel like it's potentially the least amount of utility versus the others. But anyway, it says just like its real-world counterpart, the penguin is a social mob, and it's amphibious. That means it's happy both on land and in the water, so we don't have to worry about it drying out like a dolphin, right? Cool, it can just chill forever on land, and we don't have to worry. Though it can be a little clumsy when walking. I really do want to see what the falling over animation looks like in the game, but that would require it to actually win. Has a very special skill. It can help your boat travel faster. Perhaps that would help them get to Minecraft Live on time. Hopefully they make it. Okay, so we have the 3 mobs, and now my opinions. What should actually be added into the game? My answer this year is actually going to be different than previous years. And it's not because I've just finally decided, you know what, I'm going to sit on the fence, be apolitical, and avoid controversy. No, I actually think they're all pretty good choices, and I'm not like strongly advocating for one versus the others this time around. And that's why I'm even more annoyed in this situation that we can't just have all 3, because they're all good. I want cute penguins. I want the utility of Wolf Armor, which has been necessary forever, and I also want the Create Extendo Arm to be added into the game via the Crab Claw. So I want them all. This is really tough. So in terms of pure utility, it feels to me like the Crab Claw would be very, very useful. There are so many occasions in everyday playing of Minecraft where it would be great to have the extra reach. And so I think from a pure utility standpoint, this is what I would go for. It would be used the most of any of the features that these mobs can bring here. I would probably almost always have this equipped in my offhand, because if you're around your base, you don't really need your shield to be in your offhand, right? If you don't have dynamic lighting via a mod, you're not going to have torches in your offhand all the time necessarily. So this is something that could genuinely be used a lot and doesn't really have a downside to just keeping it in your offhand. That said, I think as a mob itself, they're probably like less interesting than the other choices, but the claw is really cool. On the side of the armadillo, it's like, I'm compelled to go for this because wolf armor, but then I think, okay, well, even if there is wolf armor, it's probably not going to be diamond level if it's coming from an armadillo shell, right? Even if it's like chain or iron level for a wolf, I'm still probably going to be worried about bringing them into battle or them just hopping off into a ravine or still getting shot by several skeletons at once and not being able to heal in time. I'm still going to be concerned that I am going to lose my wolf, even if it has armor, if they don't change the AI at all or how it approaches and picks its fights and tries to dodge things and just dives headlong into battle with reckless abandon. It's probably still in jeopardy with any sort of armor. So I just don't know for sure if it would cause me to change my approach to how I tame wolves and if I would actually have them follow me versus still just sitting and now they just have armor. It looks cool, but they're still sitting in the base, atrophying. I don't know. I just don't know. But it would really be good that we've needed this forever. So, and also the armadillo, like, as a mob itself, looks kind of cute. And it has, like, you know, more interactive behavior in terms of responding to your presence and curling up in the ball, that sort of thing. I like that. And then finally, the penguin, in terms of the mob itself, just seems like by far and away the most interesting in terms of its alive state, its non-item functionality, right? Like, I want to see the penguins jumping around, having a great time in the Stony Shores biome, falling off the rocks back into the ocean. And I mean, the Dolphin's Grace for boats does seem very useful. Again, especially if you can have the penguin in the boat and then it just gives you permanent speedboat status. That would be really sick and probably be second most widely used after the crab claw, because you do end up using boats to go places pretty often, pre-Elytra at least, right? And so early game travel would potentially be a lot quicker if you can just get a penguin to help you out, even though you are in a way kidnapping it and taking it away from all its family, and it is a social mob. So when you do this, you are sort of a monster at the same time, unless you plan to return it hopefully. I wonder if all the other penguins, like, do they get mad if they see you put the penguin in the boat? Are they like, what are you doing? You're taking our friend. And they all chase after you and peck at you or something. Anyway, penguin, clearly the coolest mob. It's just the utility is not, I think, as useful as the crab. But it's still, I just want it to be added. Because it's a penguin. I want them all. That's what they should do this year. They should be like, haha, isn't it big prank, everybody? You all voted, and you thought only one would be added, but guess what? We're adding all 3. That would be just the best prank. I love good pranks that have happy endings. They're so cool. And that's what we should have this year. Right, guys? So I don't know at this moment. I don't even know when I cast my vote where it's going to be, even after I've sat on this for a bit. They all have their merits, and I'm not trying to be apolitical. I just think that's the truth. It's probably the best mob vote so far because they all seem great. And that's why it's the saddest mob vote as well. So I don't know, man. You're gonna have a hard decision ahead of you, as am I. And I wish you all the best on this one.